I love these little votive candles, the little holders that go into them. These little votive candles, each one will last about 4 hours. Which, if you think about it, as the sun goes down, let's say it's the summertime, the sun doesn't go down till, it doesn't get dark till 8:30, 9 o'clock. You light a votive candle, that's going to burn till 1 o'clock in the morning. That's plenty of time. You should be going to bed anyway. You know, Ben Franklin said, early to bed, early to rise, remember that? And if the power's out, trust me, you'll be going to bed early as soon as the light gets dark. But on a night, let's say in the wintertime when it starts getting dark around 6, that still gives you a light until 10 o'clock. One of these will adequately light a bathroom or down in a hallway or something like that, so that you can provide a little bit of light to wherever you need throughout your house. I love these little things. I have them all over the house. I have all kinds of little holders and stuff, and they're a great way to provide a little bit of ambient light. Not a lot of light, but I put these in the bathroom and I set it in a little holder next to the mirror. For the next to the mirror provides an ample amount of light. I also, by the way, carry these kind of lights with me in my suitcase wherever I go. I'm out of town every single weekend, and I've actually been out of town in a hotel room with no power. And I lit my lights, and I had my little flashlight, and everybody's like, "Where'd you get those?" I said, "What? You don't have them?" The other thing, if you're going to have candles, is you need matches or a lighter of some sort. Most of us don't, you know, in the old days we used to have referred to as kitchen matches, and that's what these are called, kitchen matches. These are actually called, yeah, they say strike anywhere kitchen matches for lighting the stove. Now all stoves are electric, we don't have them often, or a lighter, those kind of things. But having matches on hand, if you have a candle with no matches, you can rub sticks together for a while and try to get something, but that's just not. So if you're going to have candles, you need to make sure that you have lighters or some kind of thing, or matches like this. And everybody here will get a little kit that's going to be your starter emergency light and some matches. So if you, after you go from a candle, one of the downsides of having a candle is if there has been an earthquake or something like that where you might have noxious fumes or natural gas, you can't light a match, you can't light a candle. That would be a bad thing. You'd have light, but your house would go boom. That would be bad. So you need to have some kind of non-flammable way of providing light. And those come in this form, and these are chemical lights. These are called snap lights, or they come in a lot of different varieties and terms, and they come in colors: white, green, yellow. They come in high intensity that will last about an hour. These usually will last 12 hours. These will output about the same amount of light that this puts out. About the same. But this will do it for 12 hours. This is about 4 hours. The good news about this is there's no heat. They're about $1 a piece. Most other places you find them about $1.25. I sell them for about $1 a piece. They're great to have around. And as I said, you can, they provide an ample amount of light, and there's no heat, there's no flame, safe around children, safe for around output of gas or anything like that. So after an earthquake, you really don't want to be lighting candles. You want to be lighting one of these until you're sure that the area is safe and there's no gas that you can get around. In fact, you don't even want to, if there's smell gas, you're not even supposed to use a flashlight, because the switch on a flashlight creates a small spark, and that can actually, in a high enough concentrated volume of natural gas, can cause a fire. So these are a great alternative to candles. And like all the lighting I'm going to show you tonight, they have advantages and disadvantages. The advantages is, once struck, it lights for 12 hours. That's it. It's disposable. You can light a candle, light it for an hour, blow it out, come back, you know. But one of these, once you start them, once the chemical process has begun, there's no turning back. So, and these are meant to be disposable. Like I said, there's some high intensity ones, and they come in different colors. The green is the best for human beings. That's the last color that the human eye loses. That's why night vision goggles are in green, because it's the lowest, it requires the lowest amount of intensity for the eye to see. And so that's why the best ones are the green ones. They provide a funky color, but you can do everything you need to buy them. Then after you come to that, the old faithful standby is the ever popular flashlight. This happens to be a mag light. Hi, how are you? A mag light. Mag lights are incredibly durable, made out of spun aluminum. Police carried them for years and years, some still do. They are virtually indestructible, they are waterproof, and they provide a great light. The downside is they're run by batteries, and batteries don't store well for long periods of time. So if you have a flashlight but you're relying on batteries, you may go to click it and there won't be anything there unless you have some fresh batteries, long-term batteries somewhere. So it's a good short-term solution. The upside of a flashlight is that it provides a high-intensity beam in a small focused area. Great for looking in corners, terrible for lighting a room. And so they provide a purpose that way, but you need to have a multiplicity of lights. Here's the big one. I say the big one. I actually have a 4D cell one that's really big. And there's this one, and they come even smaller. They go down from 2 AA's to 4 or 6 D's batteries, and so you can get them in any size, shape, color. And Magnite now offers them with LED lights on them. These are standard incandescent bulbs, which can break and don't last very long, as where LEDs last 100,000 hours, and so it lasts better. You can actually retrofit some of these to put the LED lights in. The good news is the bulb lasts longer, and the bad news is they're usually not as bright. So you have those, then you have these, which is an LED light. This one has 6 or 9 LEDs built into it, and it has the ability to vary. You can use 1 LED, 3 or 6 LEDs. The nice thing with LEDs, boy, you're showing them at them, it's pretty bright, but compared to looking at the ceiling, it's not overly intensively bright, not as bright as looking at them are. But this one I like because it actually will stand up and has a head on it. And I told you, I collect flashlights of all kinds. I only brought the small version of how many flashlights. And this one actually runs on 6 AA batteries. All the batteries slide up in these little legs, and running on 1 LED, it's supposed to last 180 hours running on just 1 LED. So this would be good if you're cooking or something like that, to put on the edge of the stove, or to turn on and be able to provide some ambient light while you do stuff and let it run for hours and hours. That's one of the advantages of LEDs. They kind of sit on the batteries. One of the other things that lights, and by the way, my company, I think I have 80 different flashlights. I only carry on my website about 6 of them because I got tired of typing in all the information about them, and so I have all kinds. But one of my favorites is a headlamp. Those who camp a lot use these a lot. My wife calls this birth control, and I'll show you why here in a second. Because once you put this on, no woman will get within 100 miles of you. But once you put this on, your hands are now free to do whatever you need to. And then once you turn the light on, wherever you look, that's where the light is focused. So campers use this often so that they can have a flashlight and be able to use their hands as well. There's kind of frustrating sometimes to have to do a task and hold on to the flashlight.